Hello, my name is Jordan Wolfson. I am a painter and a teacher. I've been painting for over 40 years, exhibiting nationally and internationally, and teaching for over 25 years, reaching hundreds of students. Throughout these years, I've been developing a way of learning to paint that goes beyond technique and skills and helps guide emerging painters to arrive at their own deeply engaged, unique way of working. I've integrated various teachings into one efficient course, Painting as Creative Empowerment, and I'll be launching it soon and wanted to let you know about it. This is the third video I'm sending out to introduce the upcoming course. If you haven't seen the other two videos, please check them out. I sent them both in earlier emails. In those first two videos, I covered what led me to putting this course together and what the structure of the course will look like. I also covered some of the difficulties and obstacles to a full creative life that this course will be addressing. In this video, I'll be sharing with you aspects of the nature of creative empowerment and how that functions at different stages of the painting's development. I'll also share some of the changes I've witnessed in my students and some of my own turning point moments as a painter and why you can expect those same results for yourself. This course is about creative empowerment, what that means and how to locate it and nourish it and make it an ongoing part of your life. One of the places we tend to stay away from in our lives is that place of chaos and confusion. We tend to try to maintain a sense of equilibrium and steadiness, but creative engagement necessarily calls for moving into unknown territory. Otherwise, nothing new happens. So how does this work? One of the courses I've been teaching for many years is a course on abstraction as discovery. And one of the exercises we do is a great free-for-all of different kinds of materials and mediums and ways of marking, a wonderful open play that always results in a state of apparent chaos, and each student ends up meeting their edge and feeling a bit overwhelmed. With time, and it always takes a little time, they become familiar with the new, more complex painting situation, and in a sense, they begin to learn to co-create with the apparent chaos. Repeatedly, this part of the painting journey brings both a sense of exhilaration as well as trepidation, and every time, eventually, students become familiar with these energies and learn to swim and create with them. A kind of version of this disorientation happened for me as well in my own work. When I was well along my way as a painter, I just opened my first one-person show in a New York City gallery. I was thrilled. Some years prior, I'd finally arrived at a way of working that felt like mine, an integration of painterly abstraction and observational work that felt very satisfying. But when I looked at the work on the gallery wall, something felt significantly off. There was something that I experienced when the work was in my studio that was missing now that it was installed in the gallery. There was a way that the work interacted with itself in the studio. Drawings with paintings, paintings with other paintings, the way the images responded to each other and added up to something more, a kind of mixing that I needed to somehow get into the presentation in the gallery. This led me to a deep letting go of the kind of painter that I thought I was and move into unknown territory and significantly shift the nature of my larger project, which I didn't really understand yet. The experience was both exciting and scary. What if what I was doing, where I was going, made no sense? What if it was a mess? What if no one understands it? That was 15, 16 years ago. And it's been quite an adventure, leading to unexpected discoveries and openings and an ongoing sense of creating and participating in something very real. That's the thing. Moving into this unknown territory gives you the opportunity to work with what is really real for you, not for someone else, for you. So these feelings of self-doubt that creating strong work is really for someone more talented, or it's too late for me, or no one is going to understand, or I can't get myself to start, or I can start, but as I keep working, it all turns into a mess. all of these anxious feelings and obstacles. In this course, we use them. We go right into these energies, not the stories, but the energies of the stories, and we use them, putting them directly into our marking and into our making. And we keep doing that until something real begins to appear. We learn how to recognize that, trust that, nurture that, and bring it into its own unique form of wholeness. This shifting of engagement from obstacle to flow, finding a way to work with the energy, creates a reliable sense of efficacy and empowerment. We discovered that the situation is workable. We don't have to just suffer it. We can work it directly in our making. And this sense of empowerment spreads throughout our life. Doesn't mean that all the realms and aspects of our life are going to be different, but rather we discover that the sense of vitality and flow and buoyancy that we experience in the studio starts to carry over into the other realms of our life as well, because it brings us more fully into our own deeper being. The experience of empowerment is felt not only when we move through all of these obstacles and constrictions, we also discover and strengthen our sense of efficacy as we nurture and bring our painting step by step to wholeness. Taking a painting that feels like it has possibility, finding a way to bring it to its own fullness is a deeply satisfying, empowering activity to feel, yes, this is actually possible. I can do this. I am doing this. This changes the whole playing field. And this playing field is your life. This is what we'll be covering and exploring in the second half of the course. This is all very doable. If you've got a desire to mark and to make, to draw and to paint, and you'd like to live with it in a deep and fulfilling path of creativity and ongoing discovery, you can. Really, it's not just for others. You can do this. This course, Painting as Creative Empowerment, will be starting up very soon. Please see below on this page for details. This will be a live course with an active ongoing Q&A. You'll be able to access a recording of each session for your own review at your own timing and pace. In addition to the in-depth live sessions and demonstrations, live Q&A, and ongoing access to recordings of each session, there will also be a dedicated members-only Facebook page solely for participants in this course to share the journey, challenges, and obstacles and achievements. I've been impressed, particularly during this past pandemic year, by the experience of real shared community that has become available online. I'd like to share this journey with all of you. Again, please click on the link below for details and registration. Space is limited. I'm very much looking forward to it, and I hope to see you. Thank you.